Yard line.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. All day. Here we go. Zero. We're good. Hey, 76. 76.
To throw on second down is gone. Escaping the pressure right. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. A shotgun snap for gone. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Super 66.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, here's Fournette. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
On the return comes Drake. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Braden. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. There he goes inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Three.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now another timeout called for by the offense, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Play fake. Mariota. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Giants are going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Goff. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's Breida. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And now running right through him. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, Drake again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Now Goff. Jeffrey with a catch left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
First down, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Goff now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. They run with Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Out of the gun. Goff. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point put through by Succop, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Let's go. 3. Hey, we got 4 down. 3. Switch. Watch twitch.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Three. SOS. Easy. Check 31. 3.
A handoff to Fournette, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
1.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Keep it rolling. 3.
Running left, it's Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
The pitch to Fournette, and he's got room. And he cuts right, touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And they'll go on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go, Bird. Here we go.
Back to throw. Goff. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And he spikes it to stop the clock. And now if they choose, they'll have a chance at maybe a long field goal try here just before the break. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They run again with Breida. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Three. Easy. Tighten up.
Now Leonard Fournette, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Three. Mike's 54. Three.
Again, it's Fournette, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. They just get the play off. Now Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 39 that time. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. This is Fournette. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Three. 56. Mike, 3.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A handoff, Fournette running left. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Keep it rolling.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there, taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return comes Drake. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Play action now. Mariota. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's Matt Hawk now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. That's pulled in at the 32. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. They'll fake the give. Now gone. He's going to air one out. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
17.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Down 4-0. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They hand off to their big tight end. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Nick Perry in there to drop him for for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. New York set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Here's Goff now on second down. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Goff now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. It doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking right, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.